Hey groups kids, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be jumping into the price of Bitcoin because I have an incredibly interesting chart to share with you. It includes two of my personally favorite oscillators that timed the top of the previous bull market perfectly, and that is the Chaikin money flow and the stochastic. And right now we're seeing a very similar signal at the current price level, and it's actually pretty scary, but I'll get into it. No need to worry. So make sure to stay tuned until the end of this video. Bitcoin is trying to stay inside this ascending triangle, which if we manage to do so, it will still have a target of $47,000. If we cannot and break down, then we may drop to the 40K area. But I am prepared for both scenarios as I am planning on buying a Bitcoin at 39.95K, at 41.2K, which aligns with the two lines of support that I just mentioned from the ascending triangle and the white line that has been keeping us up since October of this year. And I am looking for a small scalp long position that I will also get into in today's video. So we just have a jam-packed video going through breaking news as well. So make sure to watch until the end and smash up the like button. Let's get this video to over 650 likes, and let's get this channel to 30,000 subscribers, ladies and gents. If we can get to 30K by the end of this year, it would be absolutely crazy. I'll be mind blown. And thank you to everyone that has been supporting for the past 2 years now, and everybody that has just recently subscribed. We're gonna be doing some awesome stuff together, having a beautiful bull run in 2024, and I'm super excited for just that. But guys, without further ado, let's jump straight into what I think can happen next for Bitcoin, and then we'll go into the breaking news update. So quickly going into Bitcoin, I've mentioned this in the start of the video. It's super important that Bitcoin holds this line of support for this ascending triangle. We can be a little bit more generous and give this ascending triangle a bit more room to hold it, but I'm not going to do it any more favors. If we break below this line of support, then Bitcoin may see a drop to 39.9K, or in the upper bound level, the $40,500 level. So if we break below, that's going to be kind of where we end up, and that's why I've prepared my long positions. And if you guys are, by the way, looking for a place to be trading Bitcoin, I am currently using Bitflex, and I'm super happy with it. It takes about 20 seconds to sign up, which is absolutely fantastic, and they have some pretty cool prizes too. You can sign up with this link, and I dropped a video yesterday explaining how you can use a crypto exchange overall. So if you are a crypto beginner, that's something that I would definitely recommend checking out. I'll put it as a card at the top right hand section. And Bitcoin is trying to break this triangle support, by the way. So let's see what happens there. But as I said, in the immediate short term to midterm, I am expecting to see hopefully Bitcoin holding this triangle, but if not, we can dip down to the 40K area. And if we jump into the immediate short term, we can also see that Bitcoin came down to 41.6K, following the Bart Simpson pattern we discussed about in previous videos, and said that 42.2K could be good support for Bitcoin. And now for the second time, Bitcoin is trying to bounce from here. If we manage to do so, it would be creating a double bottom, and maybe it could be a good place to long Bitcoin if we break above this neckline at 43.4K. If we don't manage to do that, then $40,000 looks inevitable. I just wish that Bitcoin holds the support here, because it would be pretty cool if Bitcoin can take the liquidity at $44,500, because you can see here that there's approximately $1.8 billion worth in leverage liquidations, and Bitcoin likes to take those liquidations. So if maybe move to $40,000 is possible first, and then up to the 44.5K level. But in both scenarios, I think Bitcoin will take out these liquidations without making a further dramatic move. But that's what I expect for Bitcoin in terms of the TA side. We have some breaking news, including the Hong Kong spot ETF. So we discussed this in the past couple of videos already, but there has been a major update. They just published guidelines for the approval of both in-kind and cash creates only spot ETFs. Now this, in my opinion, is much more bullish than the entirety of the US Bitcoin spot ETFs, because most of the volume for crypto come from the Asian markets, and Hong Kong being able to launch an in-kind spot Bitcoin ETF, I think is going to bring billions and billions of dollars, more so than what the US can bring. And the key difference here is that they'll be launching in-kind compared to the US's cash creates only. And what's the difference, you may be asking? Well, in in-kind redemptions, what happens is the person purchasing the ETF can redeem it for the underlying asset of Bitcoin adding to the total, the total amount of people actually holding real Bitcoin. In cash crates only, once you redeem it, the person only receives cash, the cash equivalent to the ETF value, and not the actual Bitcoin itself. And I think this is super bullish because what I stumbled across while doing this research is that a total of 3.9% of the Bitcoin, which I lost, by the way. So I think it's, yeah, there we go. This should be the picture. So a total of 3.9% of the Bitcoin held is in ETFs currently. But what will blow your mind away is that none of this includes the newly launching Bitcoin spot ETFs. So guess what? After we see the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, the total number of Bitcoin held of the overall 21 million supply will be way higher than this current percentage, meaning that there's going to be a massive supply shortage for Bitcoin in 2024 as the total exchange reserves for Bitcoin is tanking and they're not going to be able to buy up Bitcoin from the market. It's not going to be possible. The ETFs won't be able to do it because for the first time in a long time, both short-term holders and long-term holders are accumulating Bitcoin. And of course, the time when I need to show it, I can't find it on my browser. But if you go to my Twitter, you can see the image that both long-term and short-term holders for the first time in a while are buying a Bitcoin because they're expecting higher prices. So this is incredibly bullish. I think in 2024, even if we see a reversal to the $36,000 level, if Bitcoin finds resistance here, I think that we may see Bitcoin trading way higher just simply because of the fact that there's not going to be enough supply for everyone. We can bring up the important levels of resistance for Bitcoin very quickly. I think 36K is going to be massive and a small correction is most definitely due. I think the day of the launch of the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to mark the day that we start seeing the dip. And that's exactly what happened in 2017 with the CME launch, which was the first ever financial instrument that allowed institutional investors to get exposure to Bitcoin. But with that aside, another very important topic is that today, the 29th of December, is super crucial as it's the final deadline for all of the Bitcoin spot ETF candidates to submit their final amendments to their proposals, and they need to change it from a cash creates to an in-kind redemption. Now, just after this news came out, following their meeting on the 22nd of December, BlackRock already refiled it for their 4th amendment. We've also seen it from ARK Invest and Grayscale, but some of the other guys are still pending to submit their amendments, and the final deadline is today. Guys, if you're looking for a small scalping long position here, if Bitcoin manages to hold the support, we may end up going back to the 43.5K level, but I would personally put a very tight stop loss as it is possible that we break below the sign of support as we're seeing a small bear flag here. But if we manage to hold it, then it would be interesting to take the scalp long opportunity, which I've prepared here over on Bitflex. You can just copy paste this to your own chart. Some more interesting news is that a total of $7.7 billion worth in options are going to be expired tomorrow. Oh, actually, today's Friday now. It's 3:30 a.m. No, it's 1 a.m. But today, we're going to see $7.7 billion worth of options expire, and that is a record for Deribit, which is the most popular Bitcoin options platform. And this is actually bearish. Why? So it's bearish. I was just preparing this tweet and just preparing to post it. Well, the average strike price for these options, meaning where the options would actually be bought at, was $45,000. Now, Bitcoin has not seen $45,000, meaning that the options traders' expectations were not met. And as you guys know, this entire pump that we've been having so far, this massive pump that we saw from $20,000 to now $40,000 has been fueled by speculative options traders. That is shown by the overall record all-time high open interest, which I've mentioned in so many videos now. And now that basically they're being let down and their targets are not being met, we may see a shift in market sentiment in the sense that which way these options traders are now going to trade. And that's something that I just wanted to put out there. I think it's super interesting and could influence the price of Bitcoin. And finally, going into this, the US just hit a US national debt all-time high at $33.9 trillion, and banks are still in massive unrealized losses. Ladies and gents, 2024 is going to be very tough economically for the United States. And if this happens in the short term, it may not be too great. The Fed is also pivoting, and historically speaking, whenever the Fed does pivot, we see the stock market drop like crazy. the reason why we're not seeing this drop already is because I think that the stock market personally is being very manipulated at the moment. But if I had the chance to short the stock market, I would really do so. Soon we're going to have a massive reversal in momentum, and the stochastic is crossing bearish. But 2024 is going to be very interesting for both Bitcoin and the traditional economic markets. And let's see how this news that the banks may still be in trouble is going to influence the price of Bitcoin, because the last time this happened with SVB and First Republic Bank, Bitcoin skyrocketed. But guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'll mention this BitMEX data in the next video, because I think I just found something pretty cool and pretty accurate in terms of the predictions for where Bitcoin is going to go. And this is a teaser of what I'll also go into the next video too. So turn on the notification bell to not miss that. That will also be a very, very tremendous upload. But guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was pretty informative. If you liked it, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any comments too, as well, of course, comments, but questions, you can also let me know, and I'll try and get to as many as possible. Guys and girls, have a beautiful day, and I will see you all in the next upload very soon. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.